Oh, my game's froze. Oh, no, it's just a disgusting lag spike. Brilliant. I'm gonna go on supers and try and bait some kids out onto the two-star.
Yo, JD here, and we're back here for round 2 of ILR. After a really good first opening round, we've actually managed to get second round Australia, which is a track that's normally not particularly a favourite of mine, and this is pretty much the same with this one. Bahrain, I've had some good results in the past, but in previous history in AOR and even in TRL and leagues like that, I've just never really enjoyed this track on really any game. So kind of went into this with the same mentality as Australia, just trying to possibly just get a podium just to see just how well I could do. I think the likes of Surprise and people like that are going to be very, very quick around here. And you can see we're actually on the soft tyre, which a lot of people have gone on the super soft tyre, but the soft tyre just enables a one-stop strategy because it's just a lot more faster than doing a two-stop. So really it's pretty much a one-shot qualifying, and I don't know what it was, but my pace the day before was just really, really promising around here. But on the day, which was Friday, being a few days ago now, I don't know what happened. I just had no confidence just at all for some reason. You can see there's a mistake there, and the lap is just not really, it's kind of tidy until that mistake, but just not really committed on the traction and the braking. Could have just broke earlier and just been early on the throttle, which could have made up a tenth or two per sector. You can see losing the back end coming out of here now. We're going to come across the line, and it's a 26.9, which is not good when my best has been a 26.3, and that was actually coming out of the blocks. I did that
hopefully
before.
the top four will start tripping over each other. Simon's fucking rapid, so he'll... we'll see. Just gotta play it safe, man. It's gonna be a long race. I'm 8, fly up. My crab won't move. Oh.
And the Interior Martin just did not have a good qualifying at all, and the 26.2 kind of depressing because I felt I could have got really close to that. But we're starting in P10 on the soft tyre, 5 lights, and away we go now, trying to get a really good start here. And we just always get such a bad start. Verstappen just gets an absolutely insane start. I just don't know how that is the case. I'm just completely convinced that it's just really connectivity to the console. It's just carnage in his first corner, just trying not to get any damage. We've actually lost 2 positions, so we've gone back to P12 from P10, so just not a good start at all. And at this point, all I want is just to try and just do damage rotation. We've been pushed from behind from Mike Marshmallow. Don't know if there's a little bit of desync, but back in P12 now, and we just got to make up some positions as quick as possible because I know my race pace was pretty competitive around here. So we just got to try and make the most of it. We just got down the inside of 2 people here, back behind my teammate, and I didn't think that move was going to pull off, but it was kind of just do or die, and luckily, fair play to them, they've actually left me a little bit of racing room. So we're back now into P10, and we just got to chase my teammate and just to see how many positions we can actually make up this race. As we're now behind VRT and Verstappen, who've got an absolutely insane start. I think it could go down the inside of him. It's going down around the outside of my teammate. But again, with that start, it looks like he just started before me as well. So I'm just convinced, after playing on PC as well, where I get really good starts, I just think it's out of my control. Nothing I can do. But now we're just focusing on going down the inside of him, trying to leave a little bit of racing room. But again, just not driving with complete confidence. It should have been probably a little bit more committed going through here. But trying to get some extra turn for here because we're on the soft tyre compared to him being on the medium. Go down the inside just to try and really kind of just put him offline, really. Not really too convinced I could have actually made that move again, just trying to really force him, but he's going very defensive into his double left. I was actually thinking about it there, but we should get the DRS, but I think he's going to get DRS on my teammate Tiro Martin as well. And now we really got to clear him as quick as possible. If we can just get past him, then we could salvage something from this race, going round the outside, 4th gear, and just somehow just managing to make it round the outside. And now we're back into 9th place and making up 1 position from our grid. And I can still see the podiums within reach because there are quite a few cars are in a group ahead of us, so we're just trying to just push on now, which we've managed to do on lap 5.
Leopard and Ferrari.
That's my teammate mine again. Just give me some really good team radio there, just let me know there's actually an incident ahead of me.
There's still a super software in P2, I think, so...
And again, he just let me know all the details. So again, really, really thankful for
There's a
him,
false injury from some supers.
as he keeps giving me information all the time. But now we're behind Langman, who I believe's got some wing damage. So I was kind of hoping to get past him as quick as I can. And can see Martin there trying to latch onto the back of him, and that'll be putting us into P5 if we can get ahead of these two at front. So still getting into P5 from P10 after 6 laps would not be a bad result at all, as them two coming into contact, and this is just not what I need. I just want to just get past them nice and cleanly, as RBZ is actually on a super soft tyre, so his tyres will be going off very, very bad at this point. Thinking about going down the inside there, but I didn't really want to make it 3 wide. Just trying to get a really nice exit. So I'm already coming under attack from Cyril Hamilton behind me as well, so I've got to be a little bit wary of him. Trying to break nice and early for this, because I just did not want to just get involved in this battle at all. But luckily we're going to get DRS.
Push pretty hard. I'll give you a shot when I want to pit.
As Martin is actually pushing on now, because I think he's got a little bit of clear air, which I was quite envious of. I just really wanted to clear these people as we're coming under attack from Cyril Hamilton now, which is just not what we need. Just really just want to focus on just clearing these two. So I think RBZ is probably going to pit this lap, and Langman's got damage as well. So if I could just get past these two, then I could really start to chase after my teammate and really try and just do damage rotation in this race. We're going to go around the outside here. As I saw, it's got wind damage. We'll go try and risk it around the outside. We'll go get DRS for this straight as well, and we've just made a little bit of contact and just gone straight into the wall, and that is pretty much my race ruined now, and we have to go into the pits. And that was really frustrating. I've seen Langman's footage. I think it's just literally a case of desync where your cars just get sucked into each other. So I believe he left me racing room and I left him racing room as well, and that's just really, really annoying. The chance of a podium now has pretty much gone out the window, but we still got to keep pushing on, and just to see if there's a safety car or virtual safety car, just anything that can happen, because people can crash around here. Normally it's quite an instant pack track, and we just got to see what we can do now. So we've gone on the soft tyre, because mediums to the end were pretty difficult. It's not really that possible for him. It's only from lap really 10 or 11 that is actually possible. We're going to look at replay at this once again. So going around the outside, as I mentioned, Langman had damage, so we're going to try and outbrake him around the outside. And you can see here the steering wheel angle, pretty much using all the track, not really turning into much, just trying to get the car straight, and then we were just clipped on the rear, and just nothing we could really do there. But we come out on the soft tyre, setting some quick laps now, trying to get past overkills, and we're in P19 now, so just the chance of the win is out the window, and you just gotta just take it as that's racing, and you just gotta focus on the next one. As some people are now actually coming out the pits now, so we managed to not undercut them, but come out just behind them. They're gone to the medium, so they should be going to the end of the race. So we've got Draxler ZR1 ahead of us now, who's lagging quite a bit, as my teammate Martin was lagging quite a bit as well in this race. So we're really just trying to let him go. We weren't really trying to fight him or anything, because I thought he'd be done pretty much fast in these tyres, because the softs do go off relatively quickly. But he's made a little bit of a mistake, and we've gone past him now. And now we've got Langman behind us. Again, we're just people coming, pitting later on us from the mediums. I think he had to change his wing as well. We're just going to let him pass, because I think he's going to be probably quicker at this point in the race. So we just go save our ERS and just save it for the end of the race. And now we'll just try and follow him, just try and salvage anything we can. If we can get a point this race, I'll pretty much take that as a positive from the race at least. But now we're out behind Langman, who I think is behind Gouch Crab. I think he's on the mediums as well, so we managed to actually close him up on him, which our pace is still relatively quite competitive on the softs. The softs aren't going off too badly at this point, as Gouch Crab has gone down the inside of him once again. Don't know why they're battling so hard, but it's actually allowing me to get up into the mix now. And again, I just really didn't want to get involved in the battle. I just wanted to do my own race, just set my own race pace, and just really just see how fast I could go, and if I could just catch anyone in this race. But now it's actually pushed Langman out wide. But again, we're not really in this battle, because we're going to have to make another pit stop. So I decided to back out of it there and just follow these guys around, and just hopefully they don't trip over each other. As Langman's got down the inside again, so it's just action galore this race. Who's actually pushed him out wide, and we managed to hopefully just about slip through. He's still maintaining his position on the inside, so we have to do a really late downshift just to make sure we rotate the car. And now we're up behind Langman again, and we're in the middle of lap 16, and we're behind him once again, so we managed to stick with him once again. quite nicely. A tyre where you can see it's not too bad, but we're not really going to make it to the end of the race. And we started on the soft tyre anyway, so we have to make a pit stop. So we'll go overtake him. I don't think he's really going to fight this too hard, because our pace is reasonably competitive still at the moment. We've been held a little bit on that lap. You see at 32. That's how much we lose in traffic around this track. Making our way into 8th place now. So we are in the points, but we're going to have to make a pit stop. And see, Martin's actually left the session. I think Veloce Surprise left the session as well, and when he was out in the lead. So a few connection issues, but I believe they actually came back into the session, so they've still managed to maintain their positions. And now we've gone on to the medium tyre now, planning to really go to the end of the race, but it doesn't look like we're going to get any points at all. And I was thinking about going super softs here, but I think they would have been probably too burnt out for the end of the race, so we're just going to stay in this tyre only for a few more laps, and we're going to go on the super soft to the end just to try and set the quickest lap of the race, which I'll be showing you right now. As you can see, Martin is just set a 28.1. I think he pitted a lap before me as well, because I think he's just dropped out of the contention for any positions above him because of his disconnection. So he's decided to pit as well, and we're just going to show what our real pace was, and because our raw pace, I believe, was definitely worthy of a podium in terms of outright pace. So for a race win, I think around here I just seemed to be struggling quite a bit. I'm not really sure if it's cert related or just not really confident around this track, to be honest. But China next week is probably currently is my best track on the game, so I'm really looking forward to that. However, I will be late to that because I'll be actually visiting the Renault factory, so I'll be back at like 6:30, so I'll get an hour practice for that. But nonetheless, I'm really looking forward to that and just seeing what I could do. But this lap here, definitely my best driven lap of the Grand Prix as well. I'm just giving it actual commitment here because I just didn't really care anymore. And yeah, it's just really annoying because I just felt I could have done something. Cyril Hamilton, who was actually behind me at one point, he actually came P2 in this race from 20th on the grid, and he was actually behind me before that Langman incident, which again I don't think is anyone's fault really. I think it's just an unfortunate case of lag, and that's pretty much how it goes here. So we've come into this last portion of the lap using a hot lap for most of this. This is how my quality lap really should have been driven, because I was really disappointed at that. And to be honest, I don't really help myself because the qualifying just wasn't good enough for this race. If I had qualified further up, then he would have been out of the carnage and wouldn't have really been involved in that, and probably would have maybe been 4th or 5th and then could have got some clear air. So just shows how important qualifying is. And there's going to be a few tracks in this game where you only really go have one shot qualifying, where you have to use a softer compound, or sorry, a harder compound, and you only get one tyre of those in qualifying. So it's kind of like a one-lap shootout, and yeah, just really got to work on that. But I'm really enjoying this league. It's really extremely well run. As we come home in P13, just not anywhere near any points, as we had to pit twice, made an extra pit stop for the fastest lap at the end. But that is Bahrain, and just really looking forward to just forgetting this and just moving on to China now. So hopefully you enjoyed that. The stream was really entertaining, but we are still in P4 in this championship, as you can see. Just really looking to try and win China, or at least get a podium again and do the same for every race. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Peace.